Hi everyone, I hope you can hear me okay. I'm kind of out in the wild today and I had a box come from LensRentals. I got a lens, so we're gonna do an unboxing there and show you what I got, and I'm gonna take some pictures around here and do a little mini review of the lens. So I'm gonna just, I have the most heavy-duty tripod holding my phone. It's hilarious to me. Anyway, I'm gonna just show you the scene where I'm at by the river. This is an amazing swimming hole in the summer, so come visit me, we can come here. All right, so I had a credit with LensRentals, I had to use it, and I did have plans this weekend, but those got canceled, so I'm just going to do some nature photos in this area with my camera. But this is how the box arrives to you. Very solid, very heavy, and it has just the paper tape, so you can just rip it with your hands if you're strong like me. And you want to try and not rip the box, because we need to reuse the box when you send it back. So you really want to probably use a knife or something. So I want to make sure we save that box. And when I open up what's in here, you'll see is a amazing hard case that they pack whatever gear you're ordering in. So this is just one lens. So it's just a smaller case, but still, how cool is this? So you can feel good about it shipping and arriving safely to you. So that's one of the reasons why I love them. And if you're on like an on-location shoot, you know that you have something to transport the gear you're renting in safely. Sometimes if I'm traveling somewhere, I'll have it ship to the FedEx store nearest to where I'm going, and then I don't even have to worry about traveling with it because they do with FedEx. So you can have it shipped to FedEx store or Dollar General, which is near me, and that's what I do. I just ship it to Dollar General, don't have to worry about it if I'm not there to sign for it and all that. So just some tips from me on that. So let's go and open this up. Okay, so here's the lens, and then here's some important materials you want to make sure you don't lose. So you have the return label that will go back. So we need to save that, or else we're paying for a new label. And then they also give you stickers to repack the box. So that's why it's important to not rip the box. And you also get instructions on how to do it all. So you don't have to worry about figuring that out. So we want to make sure we hold on to those and don't lose those. I always just leave them right in the case, and then that way they're in there. If I'm going to be traveling or something, you can usually find a place to tuck it in behind the foam or something, just so you know that's where it is and that's where it's going to live. Okay, so let's take a look at the lens. So in a nice soft case, so I can take it, put it in my own bag if I'm traveling in a way where the hard case is just a little bit too much. So this is a very protective case. And then also on the inside there's additional padding on top of just the regular padding of the case. And so what I rented was a Tamron lens to go on my Nikon. Now, I haven't shot with any of the newer Tamron lenses. I've been mostly using the Sigma recent models, like in the past 10 years or so with their art lenses, and I've been using Nikon lenses. So I've heard Tamron in the past 10 years or so has been doing some really amazing things with their glass, so I wanted to try it out. And I'm not a zoom lens person. I don't own any good zoom lenses, so when I rent, I always want to get a zoom lens to play with. So if you do ever rent gear, get the gear that you don't use and experiment and play around with it and decide if it's something you want to get. This is a 35-150mm, so pretty fairly wide angle to, a reasonable zoom. f2.8 to f4, which is fantastic for a zoom of that range. I thought that was pretty cool. So we've got the lens cap, If you're anything like me, you lose lens caps, so don't lose those. Maybe put it in the box or keep it in the padded case at all times. It also has looks like a UV filter on it, or just a clear glass filter. So that should not affect the image quality too much. And there's no lens hood with it, which is interesting. I would assume that it would have a lens hood, especially being the telephoto as it is, or zoom as it is. So that's strange. I would expect that with this. So I'm not sure. Maybe I'll have to look at the rental listing to see if it is on there. And then of course we have the cap for the back of the lens. And this is cool. It has a vibration control, autofocus, manual focus, little toggles. I do love these, though it can be easy to accidentally switch those. And then we also have a lock here for the zoom. So I can zoom it. I guess it's locked. There we go. That means it was locked. So I can zoom it, say I know I want to shoot this at 85 for a certain look, 85 millimeter, great portrait focal length. And then I can lock it at that. Say I was doing like family portraits or something. Will it let me? No, that's interesting. So it's just a lock for when it's packed. That's interesting. I figured you would be able to lock it at a specific focal length. So I assumed wrong. So that's just for when it is in its full 35 millimeter position. You lock it so then it can't in transport move. So anyway, all right, made an assumption there. That's a cool feature if that exists. All right, so I've got my camera here. My Nikon D810 workhorse that I've used for many, many years and put through a lot of clicks, you and me. So I'm going to take off, make sure this is off, first of all. You always want to make sure your digital camera is off before you take the lens off, just so there's no static electricity in there built up. I'm just going to take off the lens that's on here. There we go, which was a little aggressive there. And then we remove the back of the lens cover and put this on. Okay, so the weight of it is nice. It's not too heavy. It's definitely, my camera is heavier than the lens. I typically shoot with heavy lenses, so this isn't that heavy for me. I have prime lenses that are heavier than this, and the zoom ring is smooth. It's not loose. It's definitely, you have to give it a little bit of effort to get it to move, but it's kind of jumpy. It's not smooth, but I'd rather have it be too much resistance than not enough. Have to like take a strong wind and adjust your focal length would be a little frustrating. All right, let's put it on autofocus and see what we can do, how that works. It's focusing pretty quickly for me here. I've got a lot of contrast in the environment here with the light sand and the darker trees. So it is able to focus quickly, and it is like a mostly cloudy day. The sun's peeking through a little bit here, you can see, but it's mostly kind of a soft light, quite nice here. So I'm gonna take some pictures with this. Overall, just first impressions, I like it. It seems very good quality. I wouldn't say, I would say it feels a bit fragile because of the weight, but I'm used to using very heavy lenses. So to me, it almost feels a little bit like, not a cheap lens, like a kit lens or something like that, but not an extremely expensive lens. It feels middle of the road to me, but we'll see with the quality of the image. So I'm gonna go around and see what I can capture with this, and I'll share the pictures with you. You let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, so I just took some pictures. I hope you enjoyed the little montage there. And I'm giving my kind of immediate first impressions from just playing around with it for those few minutes, maybe 10-15 minutes. And I really like it, actually. Like, this is a kind of a zoom lens that I would enjoy using on a regular basis. And there's something in here with me. Oh my God, get out of here. Okay. I'm like, no, there's gonna be ticks somewhere. I was kind of rolling around on the ground a little bit. And anyway, no lens hood was kind of a bummer. You can see some lens flare in there. I'm not a big fan of lens flare. It does have its place, but it definitely comes out better with a lens hood. You can manipulate it more and have it be more soft and an accent than like a real light hit. And that's just my taste. Also, the f4, so close focused, was okay. Like I like a little bokeh, so that worked okay. And I could get surprisingly close to my subject for a lens like this, so that was nice. It's still not, you know, macro or anything like that, but I was able to get fairly close, and I was pretty happy with that. So for an all-arounder, I really enjoyed this. This would be great for portrait. It'd be fantastic for weddings and things like that. That's what comes to mind. But also just to have in your bag for when you're just like, I don't know what I'm gonna need. I'm just gonna have this on my camera and go. And you could probably do pretty much anything with it. It'll cover a lot of bases. So that's kind of why I'm thinking, you know, wedding or portrait would be fantastic, because you never know. Someone's like, 1 second they want a detail shot of the lace on their dress, and then the next second they want, you know, a group photo with 20 people. You know, you kind of have to be prepared in that moment to shoot anything. So with that on your camera, you could probably pull both those shots off and get really nice results. So that's my overall impression. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks. Bye.